Hey guys, this is Victor, the Wise Traditions Nutritionist again, and today I have a special guest, Marjo, the Candida Slayer. She has her own YouTube channel. You got to go check her out, and she's going to be doing a deep dive with me on a question and answer basis. So she's going to dig deep with some questions. If you're curious about magnesium, and you may have seen my recent video on magnesium oil, and you want to know more, we go pretty deep. It's like an hour-long video. And you're going to see a lot more stuff between me and Marjo as we start working together. And in fact, we're even going to be working together on my course, Heal, Shield, Live. And so we hope to see you join us there too. So whatever ails you, whatever you fear, it can be overcome. But anyway, get down to it. If you want to know more about magnesium, just listen to me and Marjo now and strap yourself in because it's a long one. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching.
Um, okay, hi, Victor.
Hey,
So
how you doing, Marjo? Good to see you again.
good and you, yeah. So yeah, I wanted to make this video with Victor because Victor is a colleague. We work together regarding nutrition and natural nutrition and health. And he is very knowledgeable about many things in nutrition, and we started to talk about magnesium the other day, and I don't know much about it, but I know it's a very important mineral that most of us lack, and I actually realized it even more when I heard Victor talking about it. So yeah, I wanted to talk to Victor about magnesium today, and what it is, and are we really all deficient in magnesium, and how to supplement with magnesium and stuff like that. So we will be talking about that today.
Sounds good.
And I will translate, in the video I will speak in English, and then I will translate what I just said in French. So I will try to do that, fast, so it's not too messy. But yeah, I will do the French translation now.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's talk about magnesium. Why do you think it's very important? Why do you think we are deficient? Do you think we are deficient in magnesium, most of us? Or yeah, we can start with that. What do you think about that?
Yes.
Sorry, in French now.
In French, go ahead.
Donc je demande à Victor, est-ce qu'on est tous déficients en magnésium? Qu'est-ce qu'il en pense?
Yes, so I definitely think everybody is almost certainly deficient in magnesium. In the industrialized world, at least, because most of us, if not all of us, are removed from eating a truly nutritious diet. All of our the soil, starting with the soil, right? The soil is depleted.
Yeah.
And so that means the plants are depleted and the animals are depleted. So even if we think we are eating a perfect diet according to Western price, et cetera, or anything similar, there is still a great likelihood that we will be significantly deficient in magnesium.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So yeah, most of us are deficient then. So we can start, like, where do we find magnesium actually in our food? Where can we find magnesium if there is still some magnesium in our food?
Right. It should be in almost everything. Sorry.
In French.
Yeah.
Donc, je demande à Victor, où est-ce qu'on peut trouver du magnésium dans notre nourriture? Donc, même si les sols sont dépourvus de suffisamment de magnésium, où est-ce que normalement on en trouve dans notre nourriture? Yes.
Right. So magnesium should be in almost everything we eat, right? Okay. Especially from your plant foods, and of course we could list like which foods have the most magnesium, but that's really not going to help us improve our deficiency.
Okay.
So,
all right. So if we don't find enough magnesium in plant foods or in animal foods, so where can we find magnesium? How can we get enough magnesium?
So that would,
Donc,
go ahead.
Donc, yeah, it's me. I forget to translate in French right away. Donc, si on ne trouve pas suffisamment de magnésium dans les plantes, dans la nourriture, où est-ce qu'on peut en trouver? Comment est-ce qu'on peut se supplémenter?
So yeah, we would have to turn to supplements, which would be actually unnatural, right? It would, and it's a huge market for magnesium supplementation. And for me, the top recommendation is always magnesium oil.
Okay, so magnesium oil. So can you explain what it is?
So,
Donc, est-ce que tu peux expliquer ce qu'est l'huile de magnésium?
So magnesium oil is actually not an oil. It's a magnesium chloride dissolved in water. That's all it is.
Ok, donc l'huile de magnésium, en fait, c'est pas une huile, c'est du chlorure de magnésium dissous dans de l'eau. Okay, and what type of magnesium chloride do you like to use? Donc, quel type de chlorure de magnésium préfères-tu utiliser?
So magnesium chloride is actually it's a natural, it's something that they can mine from the earth. And so magnesium chloride actually will contain some other minerals, which is also good because it's natural, right? So it's not manufactured, it's mined. And my favorite source, I would give a shout out to Green Clays, and an
Green
associate, Jason.
Clays,
Yeah.
that's a brand?
No, they're actually a wholesaler, so it's
Oh,
probably
okay.
not the best recommendation for your people. You can get magnesium chloride just about anywhere. So,
Yeah, actually, I was going to ask you a little more about that, so I will just translate now. So, donc Victor nous so in France, we have, we can find two types of magnesium chloride, maybe more, but those are the ones I know and I have used. So there's one that we find in pharmacies, and that I think is really like man-made, like it's not natural, and
okay,
it's like the pure
right,
magnesium chloride, and
okay.
it doesn't come with other minerals, I don't think so. And we can find also nigari salt
Ah,
in
yes, nigari
yeah,
salt. Yes, that's
in
Japanese word.
yeah,
Nigari. Yes.
in health food stores, and
Yeah,
I bought some the other day, and I've been using it for a few weeks now.
good.
So what do you think between those two types? Like, which one would you recommend?
I would definitely choose the natural one, the nigari,
Right,
or the
nigari salt.
natural magnesium chloride. Yes.
Yeah, because nigari salt, you think, comes with other minerals, right? It's not
Yes.
just yeah.
Right. Exactly. Even though it is listed as like a pure magnesium chloride, but when it comes from nature, when it's mined, there
Yeah.
are a lot of other trace minerals there, which are they're
Exactly.
also essential, right? So it's
Right.
as metabolites and to balance the intake, etc. It's very, very
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so you prefer nigari salt, and how would you use it? Like, for example, I have been taking nigari salt orally since maybe a month or maybe a little more. I bought nigari salt, and of course the taste is just horrible. So so I don't like to just drink it, but I put it in empty capsules, and I use a 0.0 size capsule, so it's a big capsule, and I swallow one pill per day. I don't know if it's enough, if it's not a lot. I think you can tell if it's too much when you start to have diarrhea, right? So
right. So that's a little bit of a separate issue with the diarrhea.
ok.
Right. So
Ok, alors j'ai juste demandé à Victor, donc moi là je prends du sel de nigari par voie orale depuis un peu plus d'un mois, et donc je lui demande qu'est-ce qu'il en pense, quelle est la meilleure manière de prendre le sel de nigari, et quand est-ce qu'on sait qu'on en a trop pris, ou comment on peut savoir le bon dosage. Yeah, how can you tell the right dosage that you should take, and how to take it, and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's really tricky to try to determine a proper dosage. It's something I don't even attempt to do because it's nearly impossible for you to take too much magnesium topically.
Okay.
Now, so you have immediate indications internally because you get diarrhea,
Uh-huh.
right? So you quickly find your limit.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean you're taking enough magnesium,
Oh, okay.
right?
So when you have
So it's
diarrhea, it's like the limit of that,
of
that
your
your body can absorb, but it doesn't mean that you had enough.
it's the right. Well, it's the limit that your something in your digestive system maybe cannot absorb it properly,
Oh, but
and
that's,
so
yeah, and it doesn't mean that it's because you had enough.
right, exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Diarrhea is not an indication of having too much magnesium,
Oh, I thought it was.
and
Okay.
not too much intracellular magnesium. No, so you can go topically endlessly, way
Okay.
beyond that. Yeah.
So, yeah, so okay, what would be, how can I know then if I take too much or not enough if I want to take it orally?
So orally, you probably cannot reach your maximum need. If you are, if so, with a lot of the people that we help, they are compromised. Their digestive system is compromised, and they may not be able to absorb enough magnesium
Oh,
because they
okay.
will get diarrhea too soon. And of course, there are different supplements they can try internally, right? So
Mm-hmm.
not just the magnesium citrate, there's a malate. There are many
Yeah.
different internal, right, including
Okay.
the magnesium chloride internally, which
Okay.
is also really good. But yeah, the diet we can't use diarrhea to judge magnesium levels.
Okay. So which type of magnesium would be the best to take orally? You were talking about
Oh,
magnesium citrate,
yes,
magnesium
yes,
chloride. There are many
right,
types of different
right,
magnesium.
right. So
So
different.
is there one that is better than the others orally?
I can't say that there is a best because some people can absorb citrate better than others. So
Mm-hmm.
we'd have to look at economic factors
Mm-hmm.
and then the individual's, digestive system, etc. So
Okay.
magnesium citrate tends to be the cheapest, most accessible, and
Mm-hmm.
some people can absorb it relatively well.
All right.
So uh, the best for absorption internally is still a magnesium chloride, though.
Oh, really?
So that
Okay.
yeah, that would still be the best overall compared to anything else. And of course, different people marketing different products will make different arguments.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything to convince me that there's anything better than the magnesium chloride,
Okay.
which you can absorb also sublingually. But as you said, right, it's horrible. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
there's a good argument to be made for the trace minerals. Also, that's a really great product. So you have your which they'll advertise as do I want to say molecular or ionic magnesium? The
Yeah, the one
trace.
that is in the workbook.
Yeah, yes, yes. So a lot of people use the liquid trace minerals. So your liquid, it's not a magnesium supplement, but there's a good amount of magnesium in there too, with all your other minerals.
Okay, let me just.
So
Oh
you've
yeah,
got,
it's the
yeah,
one that is called yeah, concentrate trace mineral
yes,
drops.
yes, yeah. That's a good product, and that is, I believe that actually is based from seawater, but I might be misremembering that off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think
So
that's what it is. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like concentrated seawater.
right, right. So
Um,
the
yeah.
seawater, yeah, the seawater thing gets complicated because there are products advertised out there as seawater, but that doesn't mean that they're actually a great mineral source.
Mm.
And then you've got a fantastic thing like ketone. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that's like a sea
Oh,
plasma.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is a
yeah, yeah.
miraculous. It's very expensive, but it's a miraculous thing. It's amazing as a
Oh,
mineral
okay.
supplement. Um, that is
Ketone.
something. If I was in a severe state, I would definitely be taking. Ketone is
Yeah, 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 yeah. I've
it's
heard of
that
it, but I've never tried it.
yeah. I haven't used it. I haven't had a need for it, but it's something I always keep in the back of my head. Um,
Okay, and Kinton has like different minerals. It's not just
yes,
magnesium, right?
right,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
So,
I will translate to French now.
thank you.
And so, you were saying that you can't get enough of magnesium when you take it orally, right?
Right. So
Okay.
I doubt it very much that you could get enough that way. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Again, I'm considering the people that are likely compromised, that have compromised digestive systems. So there's going to be a lot of things to interfere with what's going on. There could be a lot of missing metabolites.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different issues with absorption and metabolizing the magnesium.
Okay.
So the I think you really need to do topical,
Right.
which
Okay.
is and you've got two ways of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Magnesium oil, which is for me hands down the number one way, and then Epsom salt baths
All
can be
right.
very helpful. Yeah, I think it's a great thing. So
Okay. So qu'on appelle, what's the other name of Epsom salt? I forgot.
oh magnesium.
Magnesium sulfate,
Thank
right?
you. Yeah, yes, exactly. You've got
Donc,
the benefit of sulfur in there too. So.
right. Yeah, actually, I read something today about Epsom salt. Actually, in the article I was telling you,
Ah,
the Western Price article
mm-hmm.
about Epsom salt, and from what I remember that I read, they said that you can't absorb much from Epsom salt's bath,
Right.
and they agree, with you saying that it's better, topically. Um, so, but would you recommend to do both, maybe, or just choose one?
Yes.
Or
I would still recommend both. It depends on lifestyle, right? But if you're a person that takes baths, then that's an opportunity. Also, with there are different benefits with taking the Epsom salt bath because you can also add baking soda and borax,
Oh,
and
okay.
you're going to get a lot of good detoxing going on. You've got sulfur, and then we can get boron. That's another pathway for boron,
Okay.
which is a very good metabolite for magnesium. And boron is another separate issue. But
Okay.
so I think the bath, or even if it's a foot bath.
Uh-huh.
So we know many people have done this historically over time, just even the foot baths with Epsom salt. And so you've got an opportunity there to get some magnesium and do some really good detox, and also maybe get some boron if you throw a little borax in there.
Oh, okay. I don't know how you say in
Borax.
French, actually. Yeah,
Ah,
I have to, I have to search how you can. Oh yeah, you say it the same. You say borax in French also.
oh, good.
But yeah, I hear we talk a lot about borax in the English speaking, health
Yes.
world, but I never
It's
hear that
also a
in French.
naturally mined, we just take it out of the earth. We don't
Right.
want to confuse it with boric acid. And sometimes
Okay.
it can be very difficult to actually find the product, but because
Yeah,
there's some confusion with terms.
I don't know if it's really easy to find in France, because again, it's not,
Mm,
we don't hear that much. And what would be the benefit to take a bath with Epsom salts and sodium bicarbonate,
mm.
baking
So,
soda?
so we have one additional benefit is detox effect. So the Epsom salt really helps with that, and then sulfur we also need, and so you've got these things work together. So you get more of the metabolites that you need to more efficiently use the magnesium.
Yeah,
So
but
the boron, the sulfur, and the magnesium are all
yeah.
independently very valuable to us.
Ok. Donc voilà, si vous prenez un bain avec le sel d'Epsom et le
Mhm.
borax, en fait, vous prenez des minéraux qui fonctionnent très bien ensemble, hein, qui ont une espèce de symbiose, on va dire, pour le corps. But what about baking soda? Why would you add baking soda to your bath?
There's a good detox effect in
In baking soda?
yes, to help when you put that into the mix.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and you're changing the pH of the water,
Yeah.
so which is also good for your skin.
Ah,
Right. So the pH of our skin is different. Right. The different components of our
yeah.
body have maintained different pH levels.
But
And
the skin is supposed to be slightly acidic.
Yeah, right. It has a higher, uh, higher, lower. My gosh, I'm mixing up my numbers. But you're
Uh,
right. It's different than the internal pH of the
yeah,
body.
I think it's like around
Yeah,
6 or 6.5, so slightly
right,
acidic,
right, right. Not
but
alkaline.
but
Right,
if you put some baking soda, then it will become alkaline.
more
And
alkaline. Which,
do,
but I
do you
believe
want
this
that?
is better for the absorption.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So there's a
Donc,
lot.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. Donc,
Okay. So so related to that, for when you do the topical magnesium oil, like it's good if if your skin is conditioned, meaning you don't want your skin to be dry. You want it to be
uh-huh.
moistened so then you can absorb more. So the same thing when we use magnesium oil, there are a couple of tricks. Like if we use dry brushing, also to remove dead skin. So like
Mm,
this, so the detox effect, so helps you to prepare better for absorption. And then you're
okay.
moistening the skin. Yeah, you can absorb more magnesium that way.
But anyway, that's how you take the magnesium oil, right? It's with water. So do you mean that
Yeah,
we have to moisturize our skin before
you don't
applying the oil, or?
you don't have to, but it will. You'll get better absorption if you apply it to skin that is not dry.
I see. Okay.
Right. So there's a
Donc,
couple of things you can do to increase absorption of the magnesium oil.
how what do you like to do, for example? Like, do you maybe apply magnesium oil after taking a shower so you still have some water on your body, or?
Yeah, yeah. So I'll do that after a shower. I like to put magnesium oil on my head actually. So I'll
Oh,
even
great.
just, yeah. So it's a very good place for absorption if you don't have hair
Okay.
in the way. So like even, yeah, like just washing my hands and wetting my hands and then just rubbing my head. Not, it doesn't have to be wet or anything, but yeah, just it's almost like just cleaning it and prepping it. You're getting you're getting dead skin cells out of the way. And
Okay.
yeah. And then I put the magnesium oil after that.
Okay.
So your magnesium oil, I make it at home, right? So it's like a really super saturated solution.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
Yeah, I've seen your video. So what you do is that you put like Nigari salt, and you just cover with enough water,
right.
not too much, and that's what you apply on your skin,
And
right?
keep right. So you can, for example, like you can make a big jar and just keep adding it until it won't dissolve.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
then
Okay.
it's like fully saturated,
Okay.
and so you've got like the maximum magnesium chloride that the water will hold, and then you
Okay.
apply that, and it feels oily. Again, it's not
Yeah.
oil, but it feels oily.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was just explaining in French
Hmm.
how you make it, and I will link your video to
Ah,
under this
okay.
video. It doesn't matter if it's in English because you can just watch, you making
Right, right.
the oil. It's just you put water
Mm-hmm.
on nigari salt, right? And
Yes.
does it have to be how do you say, demineralized?
Ah,
Uh, yeah,
distilled
distilled
water, or
water.
yeah,
Yeah,
distilled water. Yeah, I would use distilled water. So that's
because
what I use in the video. I think I show
yeah,
the bottle says distilled
yeah.
water.
But if you use regular tap water, what happens?
So there are two things. So one, you won't be able to absorb as much of the magnesium,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because the water is not as hungry,
Okay.
right? That's the first issue because it contains other things. And
Okay.
then the second issue is it probably contains undesirable things.
Right. Uh-huh. Okay, and so you said you like to put it to apply it on your head, but
Yes.
for people who have hair, what's the best
Yeah. So
option?
whatever is the most convenient body part. However, putting it over the organs, over your heart, over your liver is really good. A lot of people will do it on the lower back because a lot of people have lower back issues, and magnesium can
Okay,
help to resolve that.
right.
And
Okay.
then over your kidneys. So we say putting it over your organs is very helpful. And
And
yeah,
yes, somewhere where you have issues, like if you have I don't know, digestive issues, maybe you would apply the
You
magnesium
could apply
oil
it over your,
on your belly, or
you could do that too.
okay.
So like I tend to do it on my arms and legs just for convenience, which is not
Yeah.
the optimum place for absorption, but I'll do my head and I'll do arms and legs. So I just kind of like shaved my head recently. My hair was growing. I was letting it grow and I was like, wow, this is annoying. I want to put magnesium oil on my head. So I just like
Okay.
took the hair off again. So
Okay.
but
Donc
feet
Victor, feet?
feet is a good spot too. Yeah, on your
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, but you need to have enough time to let it absorb.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So okay. Um. Okay. And how? Yeah. Tell me.
You made a very interesting comment near the end there that I wanted to mention about
Mhm.
time to absorb.
Right.
So it's another good point. If you can put it on and just leave it on, that is
Uh-huh.
ideal because then it just
Yeah.
continues to be absorbed. If some people don't like it, they will wash it off sooner because it can leave like a salty residue.
Yeah.
So you want to leave it on as long as possible for
Yeah.
maximum absorption.
Right. And if you want to wash it, after how much time would you wash it?
As long as you can leave it on, but even a short time is still you're still going to absorb quite a bit, even if you leave it on for just 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And again, it's hard to set a time limit because everyone's skin is different. Everyone's absorption rate is different.
Yeah.
But you
Okay.
get immediate absorption, and if you are really deficient, you can't even feel it because it'll
Right.
sting. You'll get
Oh, yeah.
it'll feel
Yeah.
like it's burning like salt on your skin.
Yeah, but it depends how much you use also, no? But you know what, I will ask the question after.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
So I was going to ask, how much would you apply? Yeah, and I was
Mhm.
going to say, yeah, you were saying that you will feel like a burning sensation,
Yes.
but maybe it depends on how much you did put on your skin. Maybe you will have the burning sensation because you put a lot of it, and if
Uh,
you maybe apply just a little bit, you won't have this burning sensation.
no, you'll still feel it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's related to the level of your deficiency.
Yeah.
And some people just have very sensitive skin. So this
Right.
too it's not 100% reliable marker, but so some people have very sensitive skin and they might feel like it's irritating their skin. And if
Hmm.
you are one of that tiny percentage of people, that would be unfortunate.
Yeah.
But for most of us, we're going to feel kind of like a slightly burning or itchy sensation. This is because the magnesium is being absorbed so fast. So even a little bit, you're going to feel it.
Okay.
You're most likely going to feel it either way.
But even if you have been doing that for weeks or months, you will still feel the burning sensation?
It depends on if you have succeeded to remove the deficiency. So I can give you an example now. I was not keeping up with my magnesium. So my diet has not been great, and I wasn't supplementing well. It I feel it. So I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I'm really deficient when I put the magnesium on. So, and there were
Okay.
periods in the past where I did get to the point where I was sufficient, and then I didn't really feel anything.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that's a really, really good indicator. For most people, this will work,
Okay.
depending on your skin sensitivity. Um,
Um, yeah, actually, the first time I did that, I did the magnesium oil. I applied it on my belly,
mm,
and
mhm.
but I was wondering. So it did burn a lot, and
Okay.
it
Yeah.
and
Okay.
so bad that it became red
Ah,
with
yeah.
like spots. It was
Okay.
really
Really
weird.
irritated.
Yeah, and I was wondering if maybe I was not using too much, because what I did is that I put like a big pinch. I took a big pinch of
Ah.
magnesium salt, put it in my hand, and yeah, I'm doing the gesture, but nobody can see. I put it in my
Oh.
hand, and I put like 1 or 2 drops of water. It dissolved. It actually
Oh.
it didn't dissolve completely,
You want to
and I
dissolve it.
rubbed it on my
Hmm.
belly. Is it
Oh,
because I didn't dissolve it enough
yeah.
that it
So
burned, maybe?
right. So I would say that's worse that way. So I guess so. Like you were asking me before about, maybe using less. So in this case, the amount of saturation, yeah, would affect it, because what happens is if it's not completely absorbed in the water, right, it's going to be like dehydrating your skin, right? So
Uh,
you've got too much of an imbalance. So you'll get, it's going to be pulling, perhaps it's going to be pulling more water out of your skin at the same time. So you've got multiple irritating factors,
okay.
right? So I would imagine it, you're putting salt on your skin, right?
Right. Yeah,
Right. So
it's
you're
a
putting
type of
salt.
poison.
So yeah, and we want to
Okay.
balance. So, like, I guess you're familiar with doing like um, a neti pot.
Yeah.
Like if we do it nasal, right? We want to really balance the salt to
Yeah. We
match.
want exactly the right amount of
Right,
salt.
right.
Yeah.
So you want to
So,
match the salinity,
yeah.
right? So in this case, we're not matching the salinity to our skin anyway, because that's already super saturated. But in that case, you're not fully dissolved. I would imagine that is worse.
I see.
So I guess we could, if you do still have issues, maybe you could make a less saturated version of the
Yeah.
magnesium oil.
Yeah. Or just wait until it's completely dissolved.
Right, right, and even put less. Like the guide would be, we want it maximum saturation, but you don't have to do that. If your
Okay.
skin can't handle it, you can make a weaker magnesium oil and see if that gives you less irritation. And it's not really necessary for us to give maximum saturation, because we can just put more on our body. We can cover more
Right.
areas, right?
Okay.
So
Okay. Um. Okay. Yeah. So how much? It's just as you said, it just depends on how much you want to put, in the solution, and how much you will put on your body. Like if you put all over your body, you don't need
right,
to be completely saturated, right?
right, right,
So, okay,
right.
but we can just
Agree.
follow your video to know roughly how much
Yeah,
salt you have to
right.
put in the water. Yeah.
Right, you'll get a good visual cue there. You'll see what I'm doing with it. I should have mentioned a shout out to another friend, Paulina. She noticed in my video I did not mention about putting it on over your organs.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't mention it, which I thought I did, but I did not.
Okay, okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so exactly where to put it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I still have a few questions. So,
Okay.
okay, how
Very
long
good.
in advance, can you prepare the magnesium oil? Like, is there like, if you prepare it like today and you finish the bottle in 3 months, like, does it matter? Does it change anything if you take it after 3 months? Does it have to be freshly made or?
Oh no, it doesn't have to
No?
be fresh. Yeah, and you
Okay.
want to. It'll absorb pretty quickly. Like in the video, you'll see it. It absorbs pretty fast. I mean, I would probably like to let it sit um, for at least an hour to get really, really good dissolved. But yeah,
Uh,
then it can sit for a long time.
yeah, and
Yeah,
you
and
can use it for months, the same bottle, and it
right,
doesn't.
exactly. Like if we buy the product, you can buy them bottled
All right.
magnesium oil. I
Okay.
doubt they have expiration dates.
I'm
Uh,
sure they have, because now they have by law to
by
put
law,
expressions that
yeah,
for anything,
right,
even for salt or.
right,
But
right.
yeah, okay. So
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't
should be
need to.
fine. Yeah,
Okay,
it's good to let it sit for a while.
okay.
Yeah, so it's good.
Donc, je lui demandais, à partir du moment où on fait, par exemple, une bouteille d'huile de magnésium, est-ce qu'il y a un temps défini pour l'utiliser? Est-ce qu'il faut que ce soit fait chaque jour, ou est-ce qu'on peut le faire, sa bouteille une fois et puis l'utiliser pendant des mois? Donc, il me dit que donc il n'y a aucune importance, c'est pas, on n'est pas obligé de le faire tous les jours. En fait, vous pouvez préparer votre bouteille aujourd'hui, disons, et puis ce sera une bouteille assez grande qui vous durera 3 mois, 6 mois, ça n'a pas d'importance. Vous pouvez l'utiliser après 6 mois, ça n'a pas de date d'expiration. Par contre, il dit, quand vous préparez votre huile de magnésium, c'est bien de laisser là pendant 1 heure, le temps que ça se dissolve correctement. Donc, une fois que vous avez fait votre mélange, vous posez la bouteille, vous laissez là pendant 1 heure. Et à partir de ce moment-là, vous pourrez l'utiliser. Vous pouvez secouer un petit peu avant de l'utiliser. Ok. Yeah, I think I have like 2 more questions.
Sure. I like
Yeah.
this long format.
Okay. Yeah. So, can you, like, if you supplement with magnesium every day, will you create a mineral imbalance?
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, I will edit the video and I will put the image of the mineral wheel. You know.
Right.
So yeah, will we create imbalances with other minerals and maybe some vitamins if we take magnesium every day?
Okay, so I would say it's, again, focusing on the modern industrialized man. It's nearly impossible, because even with trying to take in as much magnesium as we can, you're almost never going to get enough, because you can use it up so much, especially when you're going topical. Right? There's a lot of different issues that can occur internally, by trying to supplement internally. But we've got so many different ways to burn up that magnesium quickly, right? When you're going topically, like every cell in your body uses magnesium.
Yeah.
Right. So, and it uses it for energy, and the more stress we're under, the more magnesium will burn up. So there are so many ways to burn up the magnesium, and it's used as a metabolite for all kinds of other things. So it's very difficult for us to actually achieve levels where we start to diminish other necessary things. There are some things you need to worry about, though. So if you are on like high blood pressure medication, you need to worry about that, because magnesium, as your levels come up to where they should, it's going to lower your blood pressure. So if you're on a medication that is artificially lowering your blood pressure, you can be in trouble.
Yeah.
So you'll if you're working with a doctor and you're taking drugs, and other drug interactions I cannot speak to, but I would be monitoring that to make sure that you don't do anything dangerous to yourself. But as far as the other, we know there are all these relationships between magnesium and many other things. But again, the deficiency tends to be so great among the modernized people that it's very difficult to approach those dangerous levels where we create other deficiencies. And we'll see this in a lot of the work that people are, where they're using magnesium, really where they're supplementing multiple ways, topically and internally, really trying to crank up the levels. And once you get to a point where the magnesium is there, then you can start creating other deficiencies. Right?
Okay,
but I think it's good.
Most of us are just deficient, so we can't get to the level where it might create some deficiencies. That's what you mean.
Right. So okay. you are gonna want other minerals to help you maximize the use of your magnesium, actually. So like I mentioned about boron with the Epsom salt baths and such. So the more balanced your diet is, the better use you'll also make of the magnesium. But you won't have to worry. Generally speaking, you won't have to worry, until you really get those levels up, and that takes time. Probably takes months. Okay. To get the levels up.
Yeah, my mother has high blood pressure, and she's taking drugs, and she wants to stop. And I am actually working with her to try to make her stop. And I was reading that also in the article of Weston Price about
good.
taking magnesium, and when you have high blood pressure. So yeah, it's something to like.
Yeah, good. But, right. It could resolve the high blood pressure.
Yeah,
right. Hopefully it should. Yeah.
With other things, but
yes.
Exactly.
Right. And I guess of course we would hope anybody that's following our guidance is also like consuming things like good soups and broths, so they have the other minerals coming in.
Right.
And this is also why the magnesium chloride is superior, because there are some of the other trace minerals.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
right. So within the context of a good diet, we're
Uh-huh.
unlikely to see any of the imbalances
I see.
that we would normally associate with too much magnesium. If you're concerned, I'll give another shout out. Chris Masterjohn has a video about having too much magnesium, but I normally never refer to this issue because it's so unlikely to happen, right?
Okay. About. Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to say that yeah, in the article I was reading, they said very interesting things about that. So magnesium works with calcium and
Yes,
other minerals, but regarding calcium, yeah, I've highlighted some stuff
yes,
in the article
that's a
that I wanted to talk to you. Yeah, to talk with
very
you.
important balance.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. So,
for heart health, maybe you were looking at,
huh?
or the heart is related to heart health or electrical health.
Yeah, I just highlighted different things. There are so
Oh.
many, so many interesting things to talk about, but maybe we won't have time to talk about everything. But yeah, they were saying about calcium. Let's see if I see. Yeah, I don't find it right now, but they were saying that calcium and magnesium work together, and that
Yes,
actually when you are stressed, like your body consumes much more magnesium than calcium, and then you will
right.
be deficient in magnesium, have too much calcium, and then you have too much calcium getting to your tissues and places
Yes,
where it's not supposed to go.
right.
Uh,
Calcium is the real cause of, like, most of your cardiovascular disease, the hardening of the arteries. It is the calcium being deposited in the wrong places because of lack of magnesium, lack of boron, lack of K2, which we
right.
talk about a lot. But yeah,
Yeah.
right. The magnesium is critical for the calcium.
Yeah. Let me see what I was. I think that there's too many things. Maybe
Yeah.
we
Oh,
won't cover
okay. Well,
everything.
maybe one more
Begin to
comment
feel,
about calcium.
yeah.
A small percentage of people will benefit from taking magnesium and calcium together.
Okay.
Most of us have too much calcium in our diet, but
Mm-hmm.
some of us are actually lacking in calcium too.
And how do they
And
know?
blood tests would be able
Okay.
to reveal that, um, and then they can supplement. Uh, Dolomite powder could actually be a pretty decent supplement. There are a lot of we actually see on the market a lot of different magnesium calcium supplements, which most people probably should not be taking,
Okay.
right? Because most people probably have too much calcium.
And
Um,
with blood tests, can you also see if you like just magnesium? Is that a good way to, is that something that you recommend to do before supplementing
wow,
with magnesium,
you
doing a blood test?
no, I don't
No?
actually. I'm actually not a huge fan of testing because there are too many errors in testing. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, of course, our testing is improving all the time, and there are so many extensive tests. But for one, they're cost prohibitive for many people, and
Yeah.
then the doctors can misinterpret tests and send people down the wrong path.
Mm.
So I have a lot of concerns with testing, and with the magnesium, using topically is your best way to test.
Okay.
That's also not 100%, right? You might just have super sensitive skin, and
Mm.
you're getting irritated by the magnesium oil. But for most people, wow, that's really going to tell you. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Maybe just one more question because I found it quite interesting in this article. They were talking about milk, and I was
Mm,
surprised they were saying that because Western Price, they love raw milk,
yes.
and they were saying that milk lacks magnesium. It's very poor in magnesium, and it's not a good source. And let me see if they were saying that it can actually create imbalances.
Because of a lot of calcium. It depends on the
Yeah,
cow.
that's what they
Would
are saying. Yeah, it
depend.
can. Yeah, it can create imbalances, and you can have actually teeth problems because
Oh,
of drinking milk. But in this article they say that, and then at the end of the article they say it depends on the milk. Some milk
right,
are richer in magnesium than others, and it all depends. But they say generally modern milk is very deficient in magnesium, and if you drink a
right,
lot of raw milk that is deficient in magnesium, you can create problems like
right.
demineralization. Yeah.
Yeah, I could understand that caution,
Okay, just
right?
I
And
will
it would,
translate in French. So what do you think about it?
yeah, I can understand that issue a lot. I would like, I would love to imagine that the cows I get my milk from are the healthiest and providing everything I need. But again, this is one of the minerals that are deficient in the soil
Mm,
and the plants and thus in the animal, right?
mm,
So a perfect cow, right, eating perfect food on perfect soil, would be less of an issue,
yeah,
right? But yeah, so that's why I think we still need to supplement, even with the perfect diet.
yeah,
I still think we need to supplement with magnesium. I mean, I have raw milk kefir every day,
yeah.
like
Okay.
2 glasses of it at least,
Yeah,
and but I'm still supplemented with magnesium.
right.
And I was supplementing with magnesium even when I had bone broth and kefir every day.
Mm.
Magnesium
Okay.
was still only 2 supplements that I took: magnesium and MSM
Oh,
for the
okay.
sulfur. Because yeah, I worry if the world can give me the magnesium and sulfur that I need, the modern world, right? And we burn up the magnesium under stress,
Right.
right? We're
Yeah,
under more stress, so
right.
we'll burn up more magnesium.
Donc, Victor nous répond que évidemment ça dépend des vaches, hein, ça dépend de l'herbe qu'elles broutent, mais qu'effectivement, dans notre monde moderne, bah, les sols ont beaucoup moins de magnésium qu'autrefois, et donc, effectivement, le lait des vaches peut avoir beaucoup moins de magnésium que de calcium, etc. Et que donc, en effet, selon la santé de la vache, selon sa diète, effectivement, ça peut créer des déséquilibres puisqu'il y a beaucoup de calcium dans le lait et finalement trop peu de magnésium. Et il dit que s'il y a vraiment quelque chose, enfin s'il se supplémente avec quelque chose, c'est bien le magnésium, malgré le fait qu'il ait une diète parfaite, etc. Je suis d'accord avec lui. Que malgré le fait qu'on ait une diète absolument parfaite, il y a certains éléments dont on va manquer. Et d'ailleurs, moi, je m'en suis rendu compte il n'y a pas longtemps que je manquais énormément de vitamine C, alors que j'ai ce que je considère une diète parfaite. Donc, il y a certains nutriments qu'on ne peut pas obtenir dans notre monde moderne, malheureusement, parce qu'il n'y a plus ce qu'il faut dans les sols. Yeah, I was saying that I totally agree with you about even though you have a perfect diet, you will still lack some things. And I
Right.
actually realized that recently regarding vitamin C.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
realized that I was quite deficient in vitamin C. You know why?
Mm.
Like for as long as I can remember, I was bleeding. My gums were bleeding every time I was brushing
All right.
my
I saw
teeth,
you talking about that recently or
right?
commenting about that, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
gum bleeding is like the first symptom of scurvy.
Mm.
I knew that,
Right.
but I couldn't believe that I had scurvy because I had this perfect diet and I was eating oranges every day and
Oh, wow.
and fresh products and stuff like that. But my gums were still bleeding,
Wow.
and then I like 2 months ago maybe I started supplementing with natural vitamin C, and for the first time in my life my gums stopped bleeding. I had,
Wow.
can you
Nice.
realize I had scurvy
All
for most of my life? I can't believe I had
right.
scurvy. It's crazy. So yeah, that's when I started to realize that even if we have a perfect diet, we can totally be deficient in some vitamins and minerals.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Right.
So
Yeah. It's a sad reality of the current world that we live in. Yeah.
unbelievable. Yeah,
Yeah.
I still can't believe I had scurvy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. It's
but
right. I
and
understand.
as you say, I think it really depends on your stress level, and your adrenal glands
Yeah. Yeah.
need a lot of vitamin C, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of different minerals also.
Right.
So the more you're stressed, the more you deplete your body with these types
Yes.
of vitamins and minerals. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Good. It's nice that you can supplement still with natural food supplements, though.
right.
I think that's a key
Yeah.
difference,
Yes,
right?
yes.
When we
And
talk
it's
about the
important.
supplementation, yeah,
Yeah, it's important to say that. Yeah.
yeah.
But yes.
I'm
Uh,
pretending I understand.
but that's easy. We just talked about it, so,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Um, okay, there would be so many more things, I
Mm,
would like to talk about, but it's already, I don't know how long, but
yeah, we got, well, we're going, yeah, well, a long time. Let's see, we've been
yeah,
talking for a couple hours. That was
yeah.
cool
Well,
to do the long format.
thank you very much for answering all these questions and
Oh,
teaching us so much about
uh,
magnesium.
my
Because
pleasure. No,
yeah, it's just I think everybody knows it's important, but we don't know the details of it, and we don't know how to take it, and so
right, right,
and I think a lot of people don't know that even if they have a perfect diet, even if they eat green vegetables,
right,
seeds, where you find lots of
right,
magnesium, bone broth, stuff like that, even though you
right,
take all these things, you eat all these things, you can still be deficient.
right.
So it's
Yep.
one thing that is important to supplement with.
I
uh,
think so. So I think it was, I like that we kind of skipped over that because a lot of people, like, we go to the internet, we search, we'll get all these food lists.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
These are the best foods for magnesium.
Mm.
But I think it's irrelevant to talk about that. And so
Yeah,
we did kind of, we mentioned it and then we just disregarded it, which
yeah.
I was kind of glad we did.
But also the thing is that the foods rich in magnesium also have a lot of anti-nutrients
Yeah,
that will,
yes.
that will stop
Block
the
your
absorption.
absorption.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. So
Right, right,
yeah, like the green veggies have a lot of magnesium, but they have oxalates,
right. Exactly.
and the seeds, have phytic acid that will
Yep,
bind with magnesium and other minerals.
yep.
So
It's not available to us really. Right,
yeah, so there are
right,
different ways to prepare these vegetables and seeds, but still, it's yeah, it's still a way where you think you do things right, but actually you don't absorb as much as you would think. So
right.
so yeah, thank you again, Victor, and
No, thank you. Thank you.
I just said that we will certainly make other videos about other stuff like colloidal
Yeah,
silver and stuff like that. That you
definitely.
are very
Very,
knowledgeable about. Yeah,
very soon.
good, good.
All right, good, good.
Okay, merci.
No, thank you. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
And I'll talk to you again soon, Marjo.
Yeah.
All right. Ciao.
Okay.
Okay, so once again, I hope you enjoyed that. Please check out Marjo's YouTube channel, the Candida Slayer. Just search for that and you'll find her. She's got a lot of other good stuff. And we hope to see you again soon. Take care. Hope you subscribe.